on an old version of yourself. And this version of you was very naive or very hopeful for the relationships that you had. Now you know without a doubt that you will not reconcile with these people. And because you are re-energizing, you are rejuvenating, you're going through this rest period of hibernation, and you are going to come out something fierce. So you could be thinking about a lover from the past that really turned your life upside down or just broke your heart, put you in third-party situations. You could be thinking about family members that betrayed your trust and mocked you and laughed at you behind your back. These people made the biggest mistake by not taking you seriously. And now that you have figured out everything else in between, you've read between every line, you will not take them back even if they beg. Not even if they beg. And these people are obsessed with you currently. That's part of the reason why you're thinking about them. Like, you're not going to go backwards to be friends with them, date them again, be family again, be friends, whoever this is. And I feel like you're looking at this in all areas of your life. People that have been shady with you and used your love for them against you. You have grown so much since then. These people are currently obsessed with you, and you are not going to accept any gaslighting, love bombing. You're not going to accept anybody acting fake or playing in your face, because these people know without a doubt that they messed up by not taking you seriously when you said you were done, when you told them no, when you said don't do that, don't try me, and they did it anyways. On top of that, they mocked what you wanted to become. That you would never be anybody, that you would never amount to anything, that you were a narcissist, that you were self-absorbed, conceited, that you were going to be a nobody. You are not going to be nobody for anyone. You feel me? You are not going to be no one for anyone. Whoever these people are, they are so upset that you're not even looking in their direction. They are so upset that you're like, anyways, but you are reflecting on it right now because you need to remember this version of yourself that you've become has triumphed over so much evil. Seriously, think about the toxic family members that would snicker in the corner and make fun of you. It's taken you a lot to come out of your shell and not second guess yourself. And it's taking you a lot to step into the spotlight, not worry about perfection, and to just really let that side of you go, because however you had to be around these people, it just always had to be perfect, and it was still wrong. And so this is a part of your existence that you're getting rid of. You're like, I don't need to be so mean to myself. I don't need to doubt myself in any capacity. But these people are themselves reflecting on the fact that they have messed up with you because you're not answering the phone. They didn't take it seriously. They were like, oh yeah, and they said they're not talking to me. They said they're mad. Whatever. What do you mean whatever? What do you mean whatever? That's, you figured them out. That's why they're really mad. You figured them out, and now you've become this silent millionaire, or your status has changed in significant ways financially. I feel like these people were always jealous of you, even when you didn't have a lot. They treated you less than. They just always tried to keep you down. Even when they had more, they were always taking from you. So you guys could be reflecting on an ex that really spun your heart around. They're thinking about you and wondering if they even have another chance, and they don't. There's no freaking way. People didn't take you seriously, and now they're like, oh, well, should I reach out? Do they know that I cheated? Or how many times? Do they know that I said this about them? And everybody in your life that has ever done that to you is seeing the position and the pedestal that you've put yourself on. And they're like, oh my gosh, I wonder if I can like sneak in through the back door if they really know the details of everything I did to F them over. Yeah. Keeping it private is what just fell out. You want nothing to do with them. They have underestimated you time and time again. They have not given you love. They have not given you an apology. In fact, they have cursed your name. So you're like, no. No, I don't want that. They're like, oh, they'll never leave me. They need me for things. And it's like, you haven't been anywhere around. Oh, they're going to love me until the day they're not even around. That's not going to happen either. These people thought that you would always be around, and they are haunted by the fact that you walked out the door. They got real weird with you. They're like, so, I don't know, they just try to rub really weird things in your face. I got this going on, I got that going on, but most of all, people really want what you have right now. And that is why you are so private. That is why your life is under lock and key. Somebody wants access to your person, to your family, to your finances, to your secrets, to your day-to-day life. But they already screwed you over. They really, okay, so maybe in the past, you would give them several chances. Because you were very forgiving. You thought family first, these friends are my family, this bloodline is my family, this lover is my family. And you left. And you never looked back. So for some reason, I'm supposed to remind you that this ick that you feel for how you were like duped or hosed or, bamboozled in the past is all been for your betterment. I'm hearing you don't have to worry about a thing. You don't have to worry about a thing. Someone is going to be dismissed around you. Who is this? Taking an L. Whoever is in your life right now that has been plotting tirelessly. Is that how you say it? Whoever has been plotting in your life tirelessly, relentlessly, is wasting their time. You are divinely protected as you put yourself back together. You just went through some severe burnout. Burning the midnight oil. Trying to get so many things done. Spirit is really wanting you to enjoy yourself right now because you've had to put in so much work. And it's really hard for you to just like relax and let these things just be. But it's so important right now. So something that you guys can do is visualize your project, your job, whatever you're scared to put on the back burner. You can put this in a magical force field in your mind where God, your angels, and your ancestors are watching over this force field. And whatever you put in that can chill as you're enjoying your life. You don't get enough relaxed time, vacation time, Netflix and chill. And so you are entering a chapter of your life that you're not really familiar with. You have been slowly building an empire behind the scenes. And so you're like, relax. How do I do that? And as you're relaxing, you're doing a lot of shadow work. You're doing some spiritual work. You're doing some soul searching on things that you would like to do better. How you want to be a better parent, a better lover, a better, whatever it is that you're concerned about. You're going to be whining and dining and still in charge. That might seem impossible, but you will be the leader of the pack no matter what, because a lot of people don't understand how you know what you know. You don't look like the things that you've been through. And so all of these people that didn't take you seriously, years have gone by. Let's note that as well. Years have gone by and they can't figure out, So they're really not going to like go to lunch with me. They're really not going to let me try to, butter them up. No. No. You don't even want to be around them to even brag. They are hoping that maybe you'll come around just to at least brag. But other people, like the ones in your bloodline, your karmic family members, they really want you around so they can embarrass you. And you would not give them the chance. Now you see the frauds for who they are. This could have been a family member that was scamming you, that was overhyping you while being deceitful. They had like a secret identity, a double life, double secret agent. They were trying to be your friend and get information from you and take it back to the other family members. And now they're like, oh my gosh. They put everybody else on the outs, but not me. They're so confused right now. Like, no, they're seriously going to unfollow me and unfriend me and block me. Yeah. Yeah, Collective is going to do that. It is a mistake for people to count you out. For people to not believe the word that you stand on. When you tell people, I don't mess with BS, I don't let people disrespect me, they really think that like they're the exception to the rule. So some people are effing around and finding out. Someone here is hoping that your perfect match will go to crap. Preying on your downfall, hoping that you'll never conceive. I don't know who that's for. I'm seeing you're wanting to smile more. You're like, I just want to smile. I just want to enjoy my life. And why do I have to think about all the people from the past that lied to me, that tried to finesse me, that dogged me out? And it is to remind you of the pedestal that God has put you on. It is to remind you that you are chosen. It is to remind you that when all these people, they try to come back in, whether it's the front door, the back door, the window, that they're a whole clown and you are not interested. What you are working on right now is being free. Being free in every sense of the word. Someone in your family can be using your loved ones as manipulation. Oh, well, little Johnny wants to see you. This could be a niece, a nephew, a godson, a goddaughter, or an actual child. Whoever this is to you, this is not an easy decision for you to make because they think that they can at least finesse you that way. These people were always reliant on your forgiveness. They never helped build you up. They were never there for you when you needed them, and you're not going to forget that. So maybe that's why you're having to remember right now, like, no, they were really never there for me. Even when I asked them for their help, they were never there when they were supposed to be there for my help or, to assist me, just as a friend would do. They were there for all the bad times. They didn't want to be there for the good times. These people really showed you who they are, and they're mad that you know what's up. And they're like, oh my gosh, I miss you. I miss you so much. You ain't falling for that. It is not being reciprocated. So they don't even know what to do. The people from your past do not even know what to do. They're feeling very uneasy about going around you, about trying to make amends. I mean, they don't even want to make amends. They just want back into your life. Like you would give them the key. These people that you will not let back in, they refuse to admit the part that they played. And this is what you are yourself. What is the word? You're healing this. You're like, you know what? They were never going to tell me the truth. And all the people that I'm not going to reconcile with, they're not going to admit fault. They are not going to take accountability. And I can't respect that. I would be disrespecting myself by letting them back into my life. You're like, not gonna happen. These people ran when you needed them most. And it left you really confused. Like, well, maybe they really were busy. Maybe they really didn't mean to cheat on me. No. The devil is a liar, and so are his friends. The devil is the author of confusion. And you're like, I don't need any confusion in my life. Anybody new coming into your life that's trying to act like, oh, I have your best interest, just let me take care of you, boopity boopity boop, trying to pull on your heartstrings, you know where the real ones are at. Because they speak different, they act different, they're not thirsty, they're not being a whole weirdo, and they don't play the victim. Anybody playing the victim is really getting on your nerves right now. Anybody acting really salty or aggressive is getting on your nerves right now. We have back with the ex. I don't feel like you guys are getting back with your ex, but you're thinking a lot about your ex and how you dodged one. Not having to deal with them. Like, oh, thank goodness, I'm immune. I might not have been wise to what they were doing in the beginning, but you're privy to that now. You are privy to that now. You see them for who they are. You're like, I'm glad I didn't reconcile. I'm glad I didn't go back. I'm glad I'm not letting them try to get one over on me. I know who they really are now. So these people, they made a big mistake by not taking you seriously when you walked away. By not taking you seriously when you said, I quit. Y'all don't respect me. Y'all don't care. Like, I gotta go. And you are going to be dropping mics. How do you drop mics without saying a word? Heck if I know. Oh, I'm like pushing the couch. How do you drop mics without saying a word? If you're nowhere to be found. If you're nowhere around. How are you even able to do that? I don't know, but you're doing it. You are able to roar without saying a word. There's a lot of people talking about you, gossiping about you. They weren't able to make you a third wheel. They weren't able to make you a part of their scheme. You saw through their lies. Like, you're going to be successful anyways. Whoever I'm speaking to, you are going to be successful anyways. Somebody could be saying, you told me you would never leave me. So why are you leaving me? Why are these people so obsessed with you? Oh, they're sprung. That's why. Before, you gave an F. Now you don't give any. So they're like, oh my gosh, wait, what? They really don't care about me? Let me see. Whatever they did to you, it is beyond repair. You're like, I was depressed then. I was vulnerable. I was impressionable. I was naive. I accepted less. You're not doing that again. So they're trying to come in like, oh, that window is not busted. What do you mean? It's not busted. And you're like, it is in fact busted. So if this is your message, affirm it below. Control, Alt, Delete. You are in a very spicy hibernation. And by spicy, I mean you are getting to do a bunch of like mischievous, passionate, fun things that you've always wanted to do. And you're not asking permission. You're like, this sounds really fun. It could be making a fort in your living room. It could be going bungee jumping, like whatever it is, skydiving. This is going to be the spiciest hermit mode you've ever had, ever. Your frequency is shifting. You have reflected and done intense shadow work on all of the people that counted you out. They underestimated you. They did you the biggest favor. They did you the biggest favor because they made you more intelligent. It gave you savage intellect. It also helps you trust your intuition now more than ever. Now you don't doubt yourself. I think about a time when I was, I think I was like 11 or 12. And it was summer, and me and my sister, we were out riding our bikes, and we left the garage open. And we lived in a nice neighborhood at the time, and it was a cul-de-sac. And I remember my parents were renting there. But anyways, we ran inside, and I was like, we should close the garage. And she was like, no, we don't need to do that. And I just had a bad feeling. I had a bad feeling that we should close it, even though we were just running inside to like get some water. And sure as heck, we go back out to the garage and there's two people in our garage running off with our bikes. So nobody used to listen to me then. Nobody listened to me like, she doesn't know what she's talking about, just ignore her. Y'all figured it out. You guys could be in a relationship that's like straight Mr. and Mrs. Smith on a good day. And people are like, oh my gosh, I'm so jealous. A lot of jealousy around the fact that they cannot affect you. They cannot affect your union. They cannot affect your family dynamic. They can't affect anything that you got going on. Because people would love to make you the third wheel in your own life. Riddle me what? People would love to make you the third wheel in your own life. They would love to cause some type of karmic affair. But you don't give people access to your family or to your loved ones like that. And even then, if they were, they're trained. They're highly trained. Or they already knew. Like, oh, when people come around and try to say this about my mom or to say this about my loved one, I just pew, 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 drop mics on them. You guys could be canceling a lot of plans. Like, oh yeah, I said I was going to go to that. No, but I'm not. They're like, what do you mean? You have to come. You're like, no, I don't. People really need to listen to you. People are not taking it serious. That they should not count you last. Ever. All of the hardships that you've gone through and all of the people that have lied to you, betrayed you, played in your face, front and center, did you the biggest favor. And that is what you're realizing right now. Like we always know, oh, what doesn't, makes you stronger. What doesn't alive you makes you stronger. And we know that. But still, there's something about whatever these people in the past did to you that is like, yeah, I don't give an F. When I was younger, I used to doubt myself, used to doubt your abilities, or the fact that like maybe you would be a star. Maybe it was hard growing up. You didn't have, cool clothes or, and now you get to become this savage, this baller, this CEO, and people are like, huh? How are they out here doing the most? Because even if you crack your eggs, you're like, okay, well dang, that sucks. I'm just going to go get a whole nother chicken. How about that? People are like, okay, you've had enough of living in scarcity. You've had enough of, whatever has happened to you financially that really hurt you in the past, that just made a lion out of you. Because you're like, broke, ain't never going to be that again. Homeless, never again. On the street, sleeping in the car, without a job, you're like, whatever hardships that came in, that you went through, you're like, that ain't never going to be me again. And I know that story very well. Okay? I've been without a job, been without a home, been without a car, in and out of jail, going through, struggles and addiction, and not making good decisions, not being in good, healthy relationships. I learned the hard way. And then even when I got sober, I still made mistakes in not, knowing what to do with my finances, but like trying to make it better and, losing jobs or. So you see that some of that trauma helps you become untouchable, unstoppable. And that's why people are the most mad at you, is they want to change other people's opinions of you. They don't want others to look up to you like as this unstoppable force. They're spooked. They want other people to get the ick when they're around you. Like, oh no, like they're really weird. Don't hang out with them. They're really spiritual. Okay, they're really, really spiritual. I remember I had a girl at work that like figured out, I don't know how, figured out that I read tarot, and she's like, so you're like a fortune teller, right? And this was around Halloween, and she literally left work to go to the spirit store in this, because I live in the States, and get a Halloween costume that was a fortune teller. Like, how ignorant are you? Guess what? I never talked to her again. Ever again. And she's just like, she was trying to embarrass me in front of people. On top of that, she tried to friend request me like a couple months ago. My middle fingers were up and they stay there. Like, I am not going to change who I am for you and your little punk ass being all insecure and boohoo over there. Slept on. That is somebody that wanted to get the jabs in before anybody else figured out, like, oh my gosh, that's awesome that you do that. They wanted to make it uncool. They wanted to make it cringe. They wanted to make it weird. It's just so strange to do. I don't know. I would never. They're haunted. People are finding things out about you, and they're like, wait, they do what? So, as you're at bay and you're not really around, people are doing a lot of talking. And they're like, did you know that they make this much money? Did you know that they've gone through this and this and that? Like, people are talking because you are nowhere to be found. You are nowhere to be found. And people are sincerely and dearly coming to the conclusion you really don't care. And that bothers them even more. They're like, I'm so triggered. Like, why don't they care about what we care about? These people, they don't care. They're just mad that you're not obsessed with them. They're mad that you're always making the ultimate comeback. You're always bringing the plot twist. You're always catching the shade and the disrespect. And they feel real basic next to you. You know what to do with things that are very low vibrational. So keep doing the most. God is raising your frequency, raising your intellect, making your skin tougher and tougher. You are telepathic. And you're catching all the lies, all the tea, all the shade, and you are dropping mics, and you're nowhere to be found. Like, this is like dropping the mic, and they're like, I just picked up this payphone, it was ringing, and then somebody dropped a mic. Like, you're not even there. You're not even there. Undying love. People are mad at the love that you receive. Because people are not just obsessed with you in a bad way, they're obsessed with you in a good way. We have twin flame. People could be really jealous of your union or your relationship or the fact that people are always falling in love with you. You guys could have just met your twin flame or your soulmate. You are about to have spiritual privilege. Your approval rating is going up in every community that you are involved in. Whether that's the spiritual community, your 9 to 5, the matrix, your approval rating is going up and you're nowhere around. So God is giving you guys the green light to be more adventurous, to not answer the phone, to put things on do not disturb, to tell people like it is. It's going to put people in their place. There's a lot of karma playing out for people trying to publicly embarrass you. So you're not trying to drive a hard bargain, a poor bargain. You're not letting any opportunity slip through your fingers, but this is a time for rest so you are able to achieve more and really being open to receiving. So I want to get some affirmations out from this affirmation deck, or this wealth deck, I should say, because you are going to be achieving wealth without doing much, without lifting many fingers, without having to work really hard for it and do your usual blood, sweat, and tears and all the things. My connection to the universe provides the encouragement I need to welcome more wealth. Fierce. I'd be scared too. I'd be, whoa, not picking that up, but I'm sure it says something fabulous. Okay. I release fear and make room for abundance. Ooh, I like that. I release fear and make room for abundance. See, you are this unseen hero. People are like, oh my gosh, where did they go? How are they out here saving lives? You are being mentioned in a whole bunch of rooms right now. Know that. I am part of this infinitely abundant universe. That's another reason why they're mad. They're like, I don't want them to be a part of the universe. I don't want them to be an employee at this job. I don't want them to be involved. And it's like, you're not going to let people control your narrative like that. No, you are not. Okay, let's see what this says. My soul came into this life to experience limitless abundance. Your soul came here to experience limitless abundance. Of course they're mad. Of course they're mad. You're royal. You are greatness embodied. Source blesses everything I do from love and amplifies my abundance. And I love this, how these are kind of like blank. People are trying to figure out who you are. And it's always changing, like it's ever changing. Like you are the student. You are the, like you're an archangel. You're a warrior. You're the hero. Like you can be anything you want to be. And they're like, oh my gosh, they're so mad. These people are so mad that you don't want to reconcile, that you don't want to answer the phone, that you, after leaving these people behind, didn't sleep on yourself. They're like, wait, what? My inner sense of wealth is the universe blueprint for my external experience. You're also changing what you experience. You've become disciplined. You have been putting in the work. Now it's time to do more for yourself. Maybe you've been doing more for your family, more for the collective, but it's been like you've been neglecting parts of yourself. So you're like, I gotta fix that. I gotta fix that. By cultivating the feeling of wealth within myself, I manifest material riches. So people assume that because of the way that you carry yourself, that you're this millionaire, that you're this silent millionaire, that like you've got all this hidden treasure. You know, they're like, where'd they get that from? They just look rich. I don't understand. They don't know like really what you got going on. They just know that they want some of it. And it is the way that you have the feeling that you will obtain this, that you will have it, that you are destined for it. And you are so grateful. You being grateful alone is the feeling of being wealthy. I am a child of the cosmos. Abundance is my divine birthright. I love that. Abundance is my divine birthright. You are a protected child of the cosmos. You are a protected child of God. I'm going to take one more. I live in a reality of overflowing riches. We started from the bottom. Now we're here. I love it. Okay, you guys, let me know what's going on in the comments. Remember, it doesn't matter if these people try to break your eggs, steal your spotlight, your sunshine, doesn't matter. You'll get a whole nother chicken. You'll get a whole nother timeline. You'll get a whole nother chariot. They ain't ruining nothing. You feel me? All right, you guys. If you claim this message, don't forget to hype up this video. Smash the you-know-what. Hit the bell, duh. You don't want to miss out. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.